restraining us with plastic ties on the hands. At least one of the soldiers is regularly filming throughout the assault. Fortunately, that didn't happen to me. I was down below in the lobby area. I was, to be honest with you, I was asleep when all this happened. When all this started. It started about 4 o'clock. Somebody came screaming through the sleeping quarters that I was in that they were here. So I already had my life jacket on, so I ran up to the lobby area. And I heard some ping, ping, ping on the side of the window. And I noticed there wasn't any bullet holes. So I immediately deduced that they were doing something like paintball. So I went outside to watch them. And I could see the rubber boats steaming towards us and towards the Mavi Marmara and the other boats in the flotilla. And I heard to my left again. I heard some more paintballs, and one of them hit me on the stomach right here. I still got their shirt. I don't think I've worn it again or worsted. But it took them just a few seconds to board the ship, get up on the top deck to take over the pilot house, and then they came inside the lobby area where we were, and they just ordered us to sit down, all very politely, please sit down, thank you, and all that stuff, but those words take on a different meaning when they're said at the end of the automatic weapon. But they were all armed with automatic weapons. I think one or two of them had paintball guns, and I could swear one of them shot himself in the foot with one. After a while, they moved us all topside, and one by one, they took us forward to the pilot house to confiscate any recording devices, cameras, tape recorders, anything like that. They took our passports, noted the name, and put it on a big tape and put it on the camera and then put it in the bag, but we've never gotten those cameras back. I know I haven't. I don't think Ann has. I was sitting next to an Al Jazeera reporter before he had his phone confiscated. Managed to get a brief report out to Al Jazeera while he was sitting next to me. Then you may have heard about the guy jumping over the side. That was Paul Larudi, the guy that invited me on this. He jumped over the side. God knows why, but we all congratulated for it because it was we know what could happen to them if they were so inclined. The Israelis tried to immediately pick him up from one of the torpedo boats, and he wouldn't have anything of it. He was swimming around, and he got so close to the ship that they couldn't make the circle to get him, so they were just going around him, and they couldn't get him. Finally, they dropped a rubber dinghy over the side and went and picked him up. But right after that, they moved us all down to the lobby area, and we moved to, they pulled all the blinds, and then we began our 6-hour trip back to Ashdod. They prepared food for us and tried to serve it to us, but we noticed that they were filming when they served us the food, so we refused to eat until they turned the cameras off. We arrived at Ashdod, and one of the Americans who was with us is Ed Tech, who was a former U.S. ambassador, and I was right behind him when we walked off of the ship. You go into an area that was all set up, and it was in this typical fashion. You walk in there, and it sounded like 1,000 people giving orders and nobody doing what he's told. But you go in there, the first thing you sit down, and they ask you, do you want to be deported today, or do you want to be thrown in jail and deported in 3 days? So our plan all from the beginning was for Ed and I to both choose to be deported that day, so we could immediately start PR back in the States. So both of us said we'll be